In the previous episode, we discussed the overview of the library. In this episode, we shall discuss types of library and their functions. Welcome to the second episode. At the end of this video, you should be able to identify different types of libraries, explain the functions of the different types of libraries, differentiate between academic library and any other, describe the structure of the libraries, types and functions of a library. First, academic library. This is a library that is found in tertiary institutions of learning such as the university, the College of Education, the Polytechnic, the School of Nursing, the School of Legal Studies, and so on. What then are its functions? 1. It selects and acquires book and non-book materials through purchase, gifts, exchanges, and legal deposits. 2. It processes these materials for the use of students, lecturers, faculties, and others who require them. The processing includes cataloging, classifying, filing, stamping, pasting, and lettering, and so on, of the materials. 3. It makes these materials easily accessible, physically through the provision of catalogs, index, bibliographies, lists, and so on. 4. It allows materials from its general collection and reserve collection to circulate among the users. 5. It offers reference services to its clientele. 6. It conducts user education and orientation activities for its users. 7. It lends out materials to users directly or through interlibrary loan. 8. It provides adequate and comfortable physical facility for private or general study. 9. It makes bibliographic search electronically, that is through computer, possible for its users. Hence, computer terminals are usually provided so that students can make their own searches through the internet and database. And also, it administers the total library program, including budget preparation, organization, and supervision of various library activities, and also ensure the maintenance of library building and equipment. Next, we'll look at the school library. Ogbono 2009 defines the school library as school libraries are libraries established in the primary and secondary schools, mostly by the authorities of the school, to serve the pupils or students, the teachers, and other staff members of the school. What then are their functions? 1. It provides relevant materials to enable students and pupils to improve on their academic standards. 2. It makes materials available to complement the teaching activities of teachers and also to enhance the achievement of the goals and objectives of the school. 3. It puts in place activities and resources capable of developing and sustaining the habit and enjoyment of reading and learning independently in the pupils or students. It also supports students, pupils in learning and acquiring practical skills required to evaluate information and become sensitive to the modes of communication within the community. The school library assists students or pupils to recognize information in books and other library resources. The public library. Public libraries are those which are established by the government to serve all categories of people in the society. What then are their functions? The public library stocks books and other resources on diverse human knowledge for the use of members of the community where the library is located. 2. A public library often has a section meant for children and another part for adult users. Public utilities such as conference facilities, restaurants, cafe, viewing rooms, and media section may be found in a large public library. Also, government-owned public library promotes mobile library services for people in the rural communities by using mobile vehicles to move the library materials to the people. It also preserves the cultural monuments and even artifacts of the people. It also stocks the indigenous literature and audiovisual materials about the people. Then go to the National Library. National Library is a library established by the federal government, and it is maintained by national resources through taxpayers' money. The National Library strives principally to collect and preserve the nation's literature through its strives to be much as international in the range of its collection as possible. Functions. It receives by law, through legal deposits, obligations, copies of all publications, books, and periodicals. It has the responsibility of publishing a national bibliography of its country. It also serves as the national agency for issuance of ISBN, International Standard Book Number, and it serves as the National Serial Data Center, NSDC, for ISSN, International Standard Serial Number of its nation. It is responsible for the control of the National Union Catalog and National Union List of Serials of its country. It also acquires foreign documents of national importance and interest. The Special Library. This is a library or information center for specialized body of knowledge or discipline for a specialized audience or group of users, which is established and maintained by an individual, corporation, association, government agency, or any other group. Functions of a special library. 1. Selective dissemination of information, SDI. Special libraries have a special relationship with their users. Information is given to individuals according to their areas of interest. For example, when the library receives journals, reports, conference papers, etc., they are taken to the users as they need be. Indexing and abstracting. Special libraries indexes and abstracts information contained in books, journals, reports, and conference papers produced by parent bodies or similar institution, e.g., ERIC, Educational Resource Information Center, produces index and abstracts for a database. There are also Current Awareness Services, CAS. Special libraries provide current literatures serves which is designed to acquaint library patrons with recent publications that might help them in their research work. The structure of the library. Technical Services Division. The primary role of the Technical Service Division of the library, that is, the University of Ilorin Library, is to acquire and process library materials ready for the use of library patrons. The division is made up of the following sections and units. 1. Acquisition section. The section has the responsibility to acquire materials for the library. It performs its responsibility through purchases, gifts, donations, and endowments. Such materials could be books, serials, and non-book materials. Second section, cataloging and classification section. This section receives books that have been ascertained by the acquisition section for further processing. The main duty of the section is to provide bibliographic information of the library books and assign subject headings and location, that is class marks, to the books before they are sent to the Readers Services Division for shelving and library patrons' usage. 3. The bindery unit. The role of the bindery unit of any library is to bind or mend library materials that are torn for the purpose of reclaiming the originality of the materials in terms of shape. Then, Reader Services Division. This is a part of the library that offers direct service to library users. The division comprises of the following sections that perform specific functions and routine. 1. Circulation section. This is more or less the public relations section of the library. It is at this circulation section that library users register to become bona fide library clientele. The section is also an avenue for users to borrow and return borrowed books. The section houses books that are on open shelves. Next, reference section. Like the circulation section, the reference section performs public relation functions. The section houses reference materials that can only be consulted in the library. It also performs interlibrary lending on behalf of library users. The section also has the responsibility to provide answers to directional and non-directional queries from library users. The serial section. The serial section handles journals and related serial materials that come into the library. The section catalogs and classifies and makes the serial materials available to library users. Audiovisual section. The section handles non-print materials. It processes the materials and makes them available to users on demand. Photocopying services is a unit under the audiovisual section. The documents section. Documents, government and corporate publications on diverse interests are in the custody of the documents section. The section acquires, processes and makes the materials available to library clientele. Electronic Services Division. As the name implies, the division has the responsibility to provide services in electronic formats to library users. Presently, the Electronic Support Services Division of the University of Ilorin Library operates 3 interrelated sections: the e-library section, the digital library section, and the automation section. Thank you for watching up to this point. So far, we have been able to discuss the types of libraries and their functions. You can go over the video again for a better understanding. Ensure you attempt the self-assessment questions and the tutor-marked assignments. Join me in the next video where I shall discuss organization of library materials. Thank you.